Hellos, hellos, hellos. Okay, since sorry for the last days, I haven't had a chance. And when I had a chance, I had a terrible memory and I totally forget last Tuesday to come to the stream. The days before, I had no idea what I was doing. These days, it has been a huge problem. Nothing really serious. I had the time, but I had been with all these things to do, all this pressure for saying it on one name, that when I had the time to rearrange everything, I totally forgot. I was cleaning the house, I was looking for other things I was missing, and this totally skipped out of my mind. I think I remember at 10:45, something like that. And right now I was about to wash the dishes, but then I say I better come back to the Twitch or it won't be a good thing. So what are we doing today? I'm gonna write some ideas for another story I'm thinking right now. Okay, I have it as novelas gráficas, graphic novels, but let me actually, I'm going to add a new notebook. And I'm going to name it visual novels, because I had this idea of making some visual novels a few years ago, but I totally forgot about it. And a few days ago I was talking with a friend and he told me, why don't you go back to visual novels? Of course, he told me in a very adult like topic, because it were they pay a little more, but that's actually a very common situation. Usually we spend more money in adult things than in general. Of course, it depends of the age of your I forgot the word, your target. In my case, I'm terrible writing children's stories. Believe me, I have tried many times. I still try from time to time, and I always end with a story with no sense, and start touching topics like first love and something. So I better don't write for children. I love children's stories, the children's book. I think I'm gonna buy some more, and I want to read with my children, but my child, I only have one. But really, whenever I have tried to write for children, I love to try it, but at the end the story seems to be inappropriate and somehow. I mean, not that I have sex or something like that, but I don't know. They're like dark topics that the monster is going to win. I don't know. Maybe children would love it, but I have this feeling that maybe they won't. But well, let's focus. I just want to write this. Again, as you know, I only write this as a title for me to remember. Doesn't mean that the final work is going to have this name. For me, it's just a form to remember what I'm writing about and all the data. This is not a very uncommon story for me. Actually, I had planned it before and I was thinking of making it as a comic, but I wasn't totally decided. This and another story I also have some notes. I don't see them as comic or graphic novels because they're too short, and also because since it's a bit of an adult topic, an intimate topic, then it may work better in a visual novel format, because in the visual novel you have the whole image, you don't have a lot of text, so you can focus on the dialogue, not in the action, not in the images. Of course, those works too, especially in this kind of work, this kind of genre for adults, but that's not the point. Oh, did I misspell a P? I thought I had marked it. Very good. So here is going to be okay, that's the first problem. I know the words in Spanish, but in English. It's marking it in Spanish. Oh, and hello, how are you, Netsu? Netsu plays. Yes, timelines are terrible. Happiness. I haven't watched uh, South Park. Sometimes they're very gory or like that, so I don't always enjoy them. But the first movie was good. I think I wanna watch this second movie when the child is sleeping. Yes, I know there are a lot of movies of South Park, and I haven't watched them. It's a very long time running show, sometimes they become bad jokes and then they come back to the good ones. So it's difficult to know where to start watching it. Oh, I really need to watch it then. It's going to be very, very critical. Okay, that's all for the general. Again, it's not a super difficult story. Case, there is only one character actually. Well, the plant is also a character, but not the most important actually. Well, yes, it is important. Let's say it doesn't have a personality. It's just a plant that does what it's supposed to do. It's missing human characters. I can't see the problem, but I'll think about that later. His fake. Why? I already thinking on Yaoi. Oh, I'm gonna need to research first. Research on equivalent plants that doesn't involve so certain substance will bring happiness in another way. Serotonin stimulant is a good one. Well, I was thinking of something more manual actually, but not bad. I needed something that was like smelling or more, or that you can get by the touch. Well, of touch. This would be a great moment to start making a small design of the plant don't give me the idea of using banana as a joke in this story. I think I'm gonna use it. Let me make just a little design of the plant. I was thinking of using some flowers for it, but I haven't decided. Okay, this looks like a very tropical plant, but then again I need it to have vines. Let me do a quick research. Bougainvillea, great. I'm gonna use a bougainvillea for that. Oh, my neighbor has one of these. I wonder if it is poison. This one looks good flower. Let me just put it for you too. If not, what's the point? Okay, this is the part where I'm doing the research. Of course, the barbs. Yeah, it needs to have something like little barbs or something. Oh, this is perennial. That's good. That gives a good idea. I would thought that it would be difficult to find. Especially the flowers. Seems to be the ones combined. Now, passion flower by the name is a very good idea. a lot of pictures here. Parks. Yes, I know I should put everything. Oh, Barbara Isla, Barbara Mori. Didn't know she was Uruguayan. Let's see what is Barbary. It's a scroll. It looks incredible, but I don't think it will fit for this kind of story. Okay, and move. I need to check. This gives me ideas, but it's basically a vine apparently. The problem of the description actually is that most plants with vines are very small and grow on trees, but like a tropical plant that also have vines, there are not many. I'm gonna need to consider that this plant is actually part of a tree, so it can move. Oh, I like this color. I was thinking in a plant with big leaves like this, but maybe I should really consider that is more like an orchid or something like that. Now the idea of a tree could also be useful to give a little bit shibari, a little bit of shibari in the images. Actually, it's gonna have some attachment, some restraining. So yeah, maybe I could use the idea that is next to a tree and consider some of that. Yeah, it will be more like bondage because there are not gonna be intricate images. I don't know, is this an image or a picture? Okay, I guess you are getting the idea of how the story is going to go, because I don't know if I can write and say these things on Twitch. I don't remember if there is an adult topic and if I put it in this one, so that's a very important thing, so you can just say it's shibari. Oh, this one looks pretty tall. These flowers give me an idea that, okay, that's a good thing. The plant must have pretty flowers, so women want to come closer. Yeah, I think something like this would work. Pretty flowers, but with a lot of vines, and this idea that that there are so many leaves you can't see can work as a metaphor that the danger is there and you don't see it because of the foliage. This I like it, but it doesn't seem to be the idea. So what I can do is, there are easier forms to do this, but I'm gonna use this old form. I'm gonna mix this idea with probably the color of these leaves. At the end, it doesn't need to be this plant exactly. It's a plant I'm gonna invent. So the idea is that it looks pretty, that it attracts women, and that it traps them in the vines. A little bit like Little Riding Hood, Red Riding Hood. This also looks pretty, but this many foliage might be it can work if it is on a thick tree. So let me switch back to this one. Yeah. So I keep here the plants, so I can give myself the idea that this plant is growing on a tree. I will decide if I need more branches on the tree, branches that are here, because if it's going to have a little bit of bondage, then the idea that it's too up, the main branches, might make it difficult. So I need to decide that. So there is a tree, and there is this plant. With all of its vine, very big foliage. What about Australian sundew? Well, I was thinking that it has to have something sticky, but actually I was thinking that the leaves are a bit like, oh no, I don't want to do that. I didn't even know that I could do that. I was thinking that these could be leaves like fur that can move, and different kind of vine. Ones with the flowers that only attract women with the smell, and this other with the little leaves that can move and caress, but I I will have to take away the thickness for their word. Oh, that's a nice idea. Actually, it's a nice plant. It has a beautiful color. Let me see, how can I add this thickness? Maybe the same flowers can be a sticky vine and sticky petals so they can, for once, retain the women, and on the other part it can be segregating some pheromones or other kind of substance to her skin, make it more sensible. Yeah, usually it's the best. If not, you end with a thing that doesn't work as you need it. It's better to think on function. Yeah, I think this might help. I was thinking these little flowers that look like trumpets or something like that can actually be little hands. Well, the flowers are are stars, but yeah, I can use them. Begin. Give me a second. I'm gonna check the slang dictionary. Because I can think in fix. Oh no. It actually exists. Figging as a verb. Well, that would also be a good idea. Yeah, I just found it. Funny thing, the name is figging, but it's with, oh, I forgot the name, with ginger. let's see. Yeah, actually you can imagine that this has two different kind of flowers. This could be sticky with movable petals. Oh, can we see movable? And the buttons could work as figging. Okay, this is gonna get longer than I was thinking. I was thinking in a short story, but maybe it's gonna get longer. Not everything came from growth. Yeah, I was thinking that the vines could come from the end, from from the ground, like they were behind, hidden underground. And when the plant comes to find a woman, then it can become take away the vines and use them. Because it also gives this sensation of surprise. But she was very focused on studying the plant, and it actually she doesn't notice that the plant is moving. And if they come underground, it's very cliche, but it gives this idea that she didn't notice. It comes unexpected for her. For the woman, the scientist, I already have the design for her, but maybe I will change it a little bit. We'll see. I still want her to have short hair. I mean, we need to think that this plant is like a carnivore plant that attracts its prey. So the weapons need to be hidden. So I need to decide. Originally, I have this idea that the vines were actually like tentacles, symbiotic, that were like tentacles and would come from the underground. But I was also thinking yesterday that the vines could make a single one, thin vines, can we just I forgot the name for the moment. 1 month. The only problem here is that I open the window on my regular Google instead of a private window. I hope it's not going to appear on. I will have to erase the cookies, or maybe the child is going to find something that is not appropriate for her. Okay, I think I will keep working with this idea. Very short. Again, I don't want to make it too long because it's a one shot after all. Yeah, private browser. I should have open one. I think I'm gonna leave it like this. I will have to work a little bit on the design because I come to the idea that this bound with flowers can add something extra. And these are more like tentacle with nothing but thickness. Well, in the meanwhile, I think I'm gonna leave it like this. Next part is going to be properly declothed. Which again, it's kind of well, it's not very long. I mean, the story is not a lot. Okay, I think I'm gonna stop here because I really need to keep going with the kitchen before work. I'll see you on Friday and let's see what happened from here to there. Ciao. Oh my goodness.